Hello? Yahoo. Okay, I think we should be good now. Yep, I have Genshin going on. I have my gaming screen recorded by OBS. Okay, it should be good now. Let's start. Yahoo! It is I, your favorite leafy boy, Avery, and just a second here. I will be needing to do one more thing, and we will get to the exciting part of today's stream. Um, eh, 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 eh,
人間の複雑さや多様性には
and
忍耐強く接するべきです。少数の愚かで卑劣な者たちの行為に憤る必要などはありません。
done. Okay, this is very, very scuffed right now. Like this start to the stream is very scuffed right now. I am
深
going
淵
to
を
be
覗きたけれ
honest.
ば
Oh,
などくらいの夜霧の中を歩むのがおすすめですよ。
this is
ワイル
very,
ドハントの行軍が
very loud
暗闇
right
に引
now.
きずり込んでくれるでしょう。
He wanted some attention, but this is a very scuffed start for the stream today. Because I have been playing Genshin Impact just before the stream. I wanted to do my dailies and stuff like that to just get them out of the way, and so we can just get into the most important and most exciting part of today, which is going to be pulling for FLINS. FLINS is FLINS. I have no idea how you pronounce that properly. Like when there's an S and you want to, at the end of the word, and you want to give them some money. Anyways, I am rambling now. The most important part is you are here with me, and my name is Avery, your favorite leafy boy, and I'm hoping you will have a pleasant time today with me. Yeah, we are going to be pulling for Bloodsoaked Ruins, which is FLINS's signature polearm. If you missed the last stream that we did, um, in Genshin Impact, I did get FLINS, and we were going for his signature weapon. However, as you can see, we have one fate point already, so we are guaranteed lots of ruins right now because we got Aqua Simulacra. I wasn't too happy about it, but I wasn't too mad about it either. It's a really good bow, or pretty good bow. But currently, I don't really have plans for it, but I'm not mad about getting it. So we are currently at like 50 into pity, if I remember correctly, but we are going to check in a second. 8, 9, 10, and it should be, yes, Aqua Simulacra on the 11th page, which means we did 5 temples so far on this banner. The pity here is 80. Soft pity starts around 70, 74 ish, or at least should. Wait, no, that's the character banner. Character banner starts at 74. So, it should be like around 64, 65, where soft pity starts for us today. Meaning I will definitely need to use at least one temple, but I'm hoping for the best and only using one temple. Why? Because as lovely as FLINS was to come home, we do not have Aino constellations yet, which is kind of sad. Um, because Aino is a really good support for now. Definitely really good support for FLINS and other not correct characters. And her C1 is a really good supportive constellation that gives basically EM for the whole team. So I'm hoping for at least one temple. At the worst case scenario, two temples to bring home Bloodsoaked Ruins. And then we are going to do like one or two more temples on the character banner just so we get an Aino. At least one, hopefully. So yeah, that's our plans for today. And then after that, we are going to be leveling up Bloodsoaked Ruins. I should have all the materials for it. We are going to be leveling it, and then we are going to do some damage testing with Masamune and Inazuma. Originally, I wanted to do Spiral Abyss because it reset a few days ago. However, I am feeling kind of tired, and yeah, I don't really want to stay on for too long. But I did want to do a stream showing my pools for Bloodsoaked Ruins as well, since I have talked about it on stream before that I will be doing one like a follow-up stream. And then I did want to stream on Friday, but I was very tired. So I didn't. But now we're here and I do have some time, did have some time to do so. So yeah, I guess that's all for now. And then after we get lots of ruin, we can do some damage testing and then like final thoughts kind of thing for FLINS. Because I have been really like enjoying playing with FLINS. FLINS is a really fun character, at least for me. He is a very fun character, and that wasn't a goal, so I'm just going to skip it. We do get one Favonius Greatsword, which is not terrible, but could have been better. And this one should be our 5-star. Now, what I could do is do single pulls, which I might be going into, because we are at 60 pity. And we might be lucky, at least a little bit, and get maybe a soft pity here. So if it works like the character banner, this was 64. 64 is the starting point. Well, for character banner, it's 90 heart pity and 74 is the starting point of soft pity. So like the earliest would be like that's a 20 pull. Um Almost 20 pull difference. So if weapon banner works similarly, we should be in soft pity territory currently. That was 65. we might need to do. No, that's 66. Yes, so we are getting soft pity here. Bloodsoaked Ruins. Yes, let's go. I'm not that excited. I mean, I am excited because we got Lin's signature weapon, but I'm not that excited because I it was guaranteed. So yeah, but we did get Lin's weapon. We are going for one temple to see if we get lucky and get a C1 Aino. Crows. You're not the character that I am I am hoping to see here right now. And I do believe we have like a few pulls into pity here on this banner. that's that's perfect. Actually, that was a double 4-star, and we did get C1 I know here, which is really good for us because that's what I was going for. And I do believe we were only a few pulls into pity. Yeah, we were 4 into pity. So we are currently 14 into pity on character banner and 0 into pity on weapon banner, which is not terrible. However, that's going to mean I will have to do a lot of pulls for the next character that's going to be released, and I'm going to be pulling for them, which is not going to be Nefer. She is very pretty and she has amazing animations. However, I do not have Lauma, who is her best support, and I don't really want or need Dendro characters currently. I am very happy with how my account looks like and feels like now. Does that mean that it couldn't be better? No, it could always be better. However, I don't really feel like going for every character just because they are going to be breaking the meta some way, shape, or form. How no matter how much
人間の複雑さ
Koyo
や多様性に
actually
は
wants to force us into going for all the newest 5 stars and build them first day and get all the rewards and stuff like that. Like I'm not really about that. I did talk about this in one of my videos where I talked about the state of Genshin Impact. But yeah, I'm going to play the game the way I like to play it, and I'm going to go at my own pace and go for the characters that I enjoy, no matter how much the current like end game or hardest difficulty content wants to like incentivize me to do otherwise. So we did get 2 things here. One of them is I know C1, which is um just a team wide EM buff. Words. I have no idea where those are and what those are. My brain is not braining apparently. So yeah, another reason not to let this stream go too long. As much as I love playing Genshin Impact and love streaming, but right now it's probably going to be just a small stream. So yeah, we are activating I know C1, which is basically her like first constellation. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Captain Obvious. But yeah, it's her first constellation, and it's basically a good stopping point. C2 is personal damage, I do believe. Yes, C2 is personal damage, but I know does not have much personal damage. which is also the reason why I am not going to level her up further than this. I only did this ascension to get the free standard wish from her. I don't really plan on getting her into a higher level either, and her talents, base damage and stuff like that is not very great. So she's mostly there for off-field hydro application. So yeah, C2 is not a huge deal. I neither C3 or C5 because those are also personal damage. C4 is energy restoration, but she doesn't really have that many problems with that. She has 50 energy cost burst. If you have the summer event Claymore that we got from Netland, it's basically a perfect um match for her. With one rotation, she gets her ultimate back. Like, not much to think about. And even if you don't have this, we do have Pavonia's Greatsword, gives a lot of energy recharge and it gives team wide energy as well. So these two are her best weapons in general. So yeah, not very needed constellation when we are talking about C4. C6, on the other hand, is basically a good buff for any not cry unit who uses any of these reactions. And not just not cry units, because Electrocharge and Bloom in general will be buffed as well, but Lunar Bloom and Lunar Charge are getting like a bigger boost because generally you want to play Aino with other not cry characters who already have Lunar Charge buffs and Lunar Bloom buffs themselves. So yeah, this is our current team though, which you could probably see when I was in the overworld, not in the character menu, but we do have Sucrose with PDDS, 4-piece, BV, Fresh Red, Elemental Mastery Sharing, all that good stuff. I know for Hydro Application, off field, and some buffing with Energy Regeneration. We have Inefa, who is currently. Wait. Aino's artifacts. I did not show Aino's artifacts because she's running the new support set from Notcry, which gives a bunch of stuff for us. Really good. Inefa is running Millilith here. I could do better pieces, but I do need to farm more pieces for that. Currently, this is what I have running. With FLINS, like she could be upgraded, like definitely, but our main focus here is FLINS, who already has a pretty nice build because she has he has a lot of crit damage, a decent crit rate, good enough energy recharge with this team, and yeah, a lot of crit damage from Staff of Homa currently, and we do get to use the Not Cry DPS set, which gives us 30 crit rate, which is really good. And I do have some pieces that are like decent. Like this could be a little better if we get like if we take that defense percentage here, like and exchange it maybe to like a few percent more crit rate, or like keep the defense percentage but have that roll into like energy recharge or crit damage. That's We are like really good with that. Either way, this is a decent piece, and until I have a better option, it's staying. And then we do have his feather here, a lot of crit rate, some energy recharge, a lot of attack percent. Great. Um, yeah, it's like it can be upgraded, definitely, but I'm still farming for it, and we are not really getting much from the new domain. Sadly, it's not a great time. Like, I don't have like mind blowing pieces, but these are like working for now, currently, until I get better ones. We do have an attack percentage timepiece here with some crit rate, decent crit damage. I would have liked this crit HP percentage roll to go into crit damage or crit rate, but what can you do? And then we do have an off piece attack goblet, nice crit rate, decent crit damage, some nice energy recharge. Could be better, but for now, it's decent. I don't even think I have anything else that I could use. This has more crit rate, but then we lose out on the crit damage here, so. This one has some more energy recharge, but we don't need defense, and that's like, yeah. So this is currently the best that he has. And then we do have a crit damage circlet with decent crit rate and really nice elemental mastery. So it would be even better if it had like one roll into energy recharge just for comfort, but it's decent either way. But yeah, the thing that we were waiting for is this actually. Well, not the Blackleaf Bowl, but I wanted to give Futao back the Staff of Homa that we snatched from her, just so we can give FLINS his signature, Bloodsoaked Ruins. At the end of the day, Bloodsoaked Ruins was not necessary for my account. FLINS was working perfectly well with Staff of Homa. However, like, was this the best decision that I could have made for my account? No, not necessarily. Was it a good decision? Maybe. A lot of people say C1 is more valuable than R1, but yeah, I just really like this weapon, and in the future I'm probably going for constellations on him, so getting his weapon when I could have, a guaranteed weapon for him because I had the means for it. I have the primogems and wishes saved up for him. Is really decent, really nice. And it's a decent amount of comfort as well because we do get a lunar charge damage buffs, and then more crit damage and elemental energy, which is pretty good. All of those things are needed for FLINS. However, after we do this, and by this I mean the upgrading or enhancing or leveling up for this beautiful, beautiful weapon, which I should have enough materials to do so, hopefully. we are going to do some damage testing and rotation testing as well, because I'm not quite sure if there's going to be like a difference in the rotation that I currently use. But if there is, we can just do a little testing on it. But yeah, so far it has been smooth sailing, so we should be good. Yeah. I have the perfect amount of materials to get it to level 90. And why was I going for this? It gives us some more crit rate, which wasn't necessary. 70% is like with the buffs, because we had like 41% or so crit rate with the buffs of the artifact set. It was around 74%, which is decent, and it worked well. I was good enough. It wasn't necessary to get, but this gives us way more what is the word that I'm looking for? Like stability. It gives us more. My mind is not like working right now. Like brain, brain, do your job, please. But yeah, it more consistency is the word that I was looking for. This one gives us more consistency with 90% crit rate. It's most definitely more like crit
忍
hits
耐強く接するべきです。
than we
少
might
数の愚かで卑劣な者たちの行為に
get with the
憤
staff
る
of
必要
Homa.
などはありません。
But yeah, now that we have all of those, we are going to teleport into Inazuma, and I believe Masamune is on Tatarasuna. And we are going to be doing a little bit of a damage testing here. Are you here? Please tell me you're here. Yes, yes, he is here. Maybe we should go with yeah, first things first, I'm going to be doing a damage testing here with Staff of Roma, just to see what we have been working with. Masamune. Did I call him Masamune? Masanori is his name. It's been a while since I last fought him, so yeah. My general rotation looks something like this, and then
いや、お静かに。暗闇は怖いですか?
yes, and we should be able to do one more. Okay, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I didn't see any of the numbers. I was way more preoccupied with thinking about the rotation that I was using. So we are going to be doing the same thing again, and I'm going to be paying attention to it. Just so I can see the numbers going off. At least the ones that are of importance for us.
お静かに。
1, 2, 3.
ほら、死の底へ。
That was
やった。お静かに。死の底へ。
on the second hit, I believe. 280 on the second hit. We're going to be doing a few rounds here, just so I can get enough stuff. Okay. Like, just as I was talking about though,
ほら。や。
Aino has no energy
夜で
issues.
すね。や。
Okay, I didn't see any of those. Yeah, buffs were dropping at the end, but we did hit 179, if I wasn't mistaken. But yeah, we're doing one more round here, just so we can like try and see and hope for the best with the buffs.
見て見て虹だよ。6308式ユニッ
Okay.
ト。
目を閉じて
Bam, bam,
お
bam.
静かに死の底へはっや
That was 205,
目を閉じて死の底へ
181. Not quite sure which hits were which. But yeah, it's around 200 and 170 to 180 on the second run when buffs are dropping in the rotation already. So now we are going to be taking a look at Bloodsoaked Ruins, which gives us more crit rate, a little less crit damage, but it's going to make up for it with more lunar charge damage, and we will be getting some crit
なぜ
damage as
亡霊を
well.
怖がる必要
And I do believe the rotation does not need to be changed, but we will see.
絶縁
Okay.
障壁。くらえ。
Inefa,
バシャバシャ
and then
安全
Aino.
距離確認。
1, 2,
いやお
3.
静かに死の底へいや
279, which is
目を閉じて
significantly
夜です
more.
ね
But when buffs were dropping, we only went into 139 on the second round. I mean, I guess it can be expected because there's less raw crit damage on it. Interesting. We're trying one more time. I clicked the wrong thing. Awesome. Shall we spar? Let's go.
防衛モード。
Inefa.
ガチャガチャ。水遊びの時間。6308式ユニッ
ほら
1, 2,
いやお
3.
静かに夜ですね
190 and 270.
死の底へ
And 134 on the second rotation there. I mean, overall, I do believe it's going to give us more upfront damage. Definitely more upfront damage. Because that's like, if I'm counting correctly, that's like, if it was 205 on the first hit, and it went into 200 something. Brain, please work. Okay, one more round of testing. One more round of testing, and then I'm going to start winding down here. This is going to be way shorter than I thought it was going to, but apparently my brain is not really working. So
見て見て虹だよ。
yeah,
吸引テスト開始。
目を閉じて
1, 2,
お
3,
静かに死の底へ
190, 20, 20.
目を閉じて
Yeah, so overall, wait, I have a thing. I can use the thing. Can I? Can you see this? Probably not. But if I do this, yeah, Okay, so this was our score with his signature, which was 190 and 279k. And then we can do a little damage testing again with Staff of Homa and hope for lucky crits actually, because you have seen how consistent it was with Bloodsoaked Ruins with the 90% crit rate with the signature set as well. Like, overall, I do believe it's an upgrade for us. So we are going to see one more time.
水遊びの時間だよ
Okay.
6308式ユニット
お静かに。
One, two,
ほ
three.
ら、暗闇は怖いですか。さ、
Neither of those hits were critical. How? Yeah, and the drop off there was like 50, 52. That's not great. After buffs dropping, it was like 52, which is not what I was expecting, or maybe I wasn't hitting.
目を閉じて。
That's not the right
掃
one.
除対象ろくらえ見て見て虹だよ
Let's go.
Curing
Hydro
test 開始
application. And now we don't have the thing. So I think we need to start this again.
ほら、目を閉じて。夜ですね。
Boom.
いや、いや、さあ。お静かに。死の底へ。
Please
防衛
don't
モー
die.
ド起動塵となってください
That was a very bad rotation there.
いや、目を閉じて。
Okay, so that was a very bad rotation. We are going to do another one. And we are going to eat something, so if the shield drops, we don't get decimated by Masanori. But it shouldn't be the case. I am still not your match. Well, you gave me a little bit of trouble here because I messed up my rotation. But yeah, so
掃除対象
Inefa,
水遊びの時間だよ6308式ユニッ
ほら、いや、
1, 2, 3,
いや、
192,
せい。いや、目を閉じて。死の底へ。
169. Yeah, I do believe there's a difference, but I think it's more of a skill issue right now, and some unlucky crits. So I do want to see if I can hit the
バシャバシャ水弾だ
secondary number there. 1, 2,
ほ
3.
ら、夜ですね。
No, the second one didn't crit again.
いや、
Why?
夜ですね。
And that was only 132, so drop off is around the same. Okay, I'm going to try one more time. One more time. No.
絶縁障壁展開殲滅モードどうだ見て見て虹だよ6308式ユニット
夜分に失礼。いや、
Boom. That's a really like pretty
掃除対象
ultimate there.
ロックオン
It's really cool. I love it. We were mostly doing that just because we already screwed up the rotation, so it's not going to be as good of a testing as it could be otherwise. Shall we spar? Well then, have at it. Okay.
絶縁障壁くらえバシャバシャ水弾だ安全距離確認
お静かに。
1, 2,
ほ
3.
ら、 死の底へ。いや、
165. Okay, so
死の底へ。
I'm doing something really bad here. Like, what is this skill issue? What is this skill issue? Because it is definitely skill issue here.
お静かに。
One, two, three.
夜ですね。せい。
Huh. So that
夜です
was
ね。
actually bigger. Huh. Very interesting. Is that was okay, so if we go into text, it was 196. And then 280, I believe, is what I saw. So the first one is Stephopoma. The second one is Bloodsoaked Ruins. I do believe it's going to be the raw crit damage that makes the difference there. Because if we take a look at the ratio here, it's 265 crit damage with Stephopoma, and we take a look at Bloodsoaked Ruins, it's going to give us 199 crit damage. However, if we take a look at it, it's going to increase lunar charge damage, and after triggering a lunar charge reaction, we do get 28%. So that's like 100. No, that's like 227. 227%, which is like around the 40% difference between one weapon to another, crit damage wise. And I do believe that's going to cause the difference here. So I do want to do one more damage testing. I have been saying this for the past like 10 to 15 minutes. Like, one more. This is going to be the last one. But I do want to see again, just to be sure. 1, 2,
ほ
3.
ら、夜ですね。
192. Yeah.
目を閉じて。死の底へ。
Yeah, so it's not 190 but 192. And 179 is correct here. Okay, so there's a few differences here. That's like 4k damage here. There's my mouse. So there's like a 4k damage difference between here and a 1k damage difference between here. Overall, do I think it's a problem? I do not think so, because as we've seen, Bloodsoaked Ruins is much more consistent than my Stephopoma build. Because if I was using Stephopoma, I would probably use a crit rate circlet or pieces with much higher crit rate to like even out the damage ratios there. Is that going to be a problem necessarily, that we are doing a little less damage with Bloodsoaked Ruins? No, because it's much more consistent. We are getting way more crit hits with Bloodsoaked
Yeah.
Ruins. So overall, I do believe it's going to give us a damage ratio that's, well, damage dealt is going to be more in the long run because of the consistency the crit
人
rate
間の複雑さや多様性には
gives us.
忍耐強く接するべきです。
Thank you, FLINS. But yeah, I am not disappointed, and like like these damage ratios already are way more than I thought they were going to be, even though we have done testing before, like when we were leveling up FLINS. We did see that between level 80 and level 90 he had like a 10k difference. If I remember correctly, in his damage. And then I did level up his talents as well to level 9, not 9, 8. I'm currently in the middle of farming for level 9, and I will be seeing in the future if I will give him a crown or not. I do think he deserves it, and I do love him, and I do love playing with him. So yeah, in the future, he is definitely going to be getting a crown, but for now, he's going to stay at around 8 or 9 when it comes to his talents. But yeah, overall thoughts. I did do some testing with Bennett instead of Sucrose as well. Wait, let me just hide this. Yeah, because we don't really need it anymore. But yeah, we did do some damage testing, or I did some offline damage testing with Bennett as well instead of Sucrose. I did not feel good about it. Like, Bennett was just not giving enough to FLINS, where I felt like he would be better than Sucrose. Bennett does give a lot of attack because that's mostly his main role, attack buffing. But yeah, Sucrose just felt way better in the long run because with Thrilling Tales, she does give attack buffing, and she shares her own elemental mastery with the whole team as well. So that's an overall team-wide buff. And now with Aino C1, we are getting an even bigger elemental mastery buffing because of her C1 and the signature, not really signature set, but the support stat. Blah, 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 blah. The support, I almost said relic, but artifact. The support artifact set from Notcry, which also gives a bunch of elemental mastery and also lunar reaction damage percentage. Like, yeah. And then we do have Inefa, who herself gives some buffing to lunar charge. And even with her elemental burst, which I should be starting to incorporate, even with her elemental burst, she does give team-wide buffing as well. So yeah, for me, right now, what I've learned just from looking at some of these is doing Inefa E, and then Aino EQ, Inefa burst, and then Sucrose to do her swirl thingy, and then FLINS to get, you know, all the buffing that needs to happen. That was a sentence. But yeah, um, yep, that is my current team with FLINS or for FLINS. Yeah, I'm feeling really happy about him. Like, he feels really good to play. He's very fun. I am having a blast. Unless the enemies are immune to electro damage, which I have run into because I have been exploring Not Cry here. Like, two islands are almost completed, and then Baja Isle is going to be like soon because I do need to do like quests to unlock the other parts of the research institute. But yeah, it's currently 55, so needs more exploring there, but we'll get there. But there have been quite a lot of enemies where I bumped into them and they were like, "Oh, you thought so." And they were like immune to electro damage and electro charge and lunar charge, and I was like, yay. But yeah, overall I am very happy with Wins. I would have very much liked to get C1 as well, but alas, we don't really have the primo gems and wishes to do so right now, but it will happen sooner or later. I really enjoy FLINS as a character, and yeah, I'm probably going to like get more stuff for him in the future. So yeah, C1 in the future is definitely in the books for us. More talent upgrading needs to be done or could be done. Yeah, artifact upgrading definitely something that we can still work on over time, and his signature weapon is just, for one, it matches him perfectly. It's amazing. It looks really cool, and I'm really happy that we got it for him because it gives us the consistency that's going to make me feel even better when I'm playing with him. So yeah, those are my overall thoughts on FLINS and FLINS's current team with Inafa, Aino, and Sucrose. And I am really, really struggling to pay attention and to actually know what I'm talking about right now. So going into Spiral Abyss would be a big, big mistake. So yeah, I am, at the end of the day, I'm glad that I could come live and stream this because it was very fun. It was very nice to just hang out and chill. And I'm happy that we could get the best boy.
なぜ亡霊を怖がる必要が？彼らはただの話せる影ですよ。ただ、自分の過去を永遠と語り続けることしかできません。
He's a yappy boy, but yeah, I was very happy to get the best boy, his best weapon, and also C1 Aino. Like, C1 Aino was like the minimum that I wanted from this banner, and we got it, thankfully. So I didn't have to like waste wishes on a banner where, well, yes, I would have loved to get maybe another FLINS copy or another 5-star just so we can get maybe a guaranteed in future banners. But yeah, I think what I'm going to be doing with this is I have two temples, and I do have a Welcome Moon, which if I remember correctly, I'm halfway through. And who knows, in the future, I might buy another one. But for now, I will be stockpiling more of these wishes and primo gems. I do have 6 standard wishes, so I'm not going to be doing a temple here, but that would be fun to just end the stream with a cheeky temple on the standard banner, because I do believe we are close to a 5-star. Are we close to a 5-star here? The ADHD popped out. I do need to check this right now. Not really. We are 48, if I'm counting correctly. 48. So that's like halfway to pity. So it's not great. But yeah, it would have been fun to just do a cheeky temple, but I do not have a temple, and I'm not going to use my primo gems on the standard banner here. But yeah, we did get Bloodsoaked Ruins. We did get C1. Click, please. Jesus. I have been clicking on this banner for the past like half a minute, and it wasn't changing. but yeah, we did get C1 Aino as well. And we did some damage testing. And yeah, I overall am very like excited to keep playing with FLINS, and also very content with getting his signature weapon, because the consistency it's going to give FLINS and his team is going to be awesome. Like, that's just very like nice and convenient for us, for him to have that consistency and to do as much damage as possible most of the time when it comes to future content. Because yeah, Stygian Onslaught is going to, well, it's going to be I think it's ending soon, like today or tomorrow, and then it's going to have like a brief period when it's not available, but after that it's going to reset, and we're going to be getting more stuff for it. So yeah, having FLINS on his signature weapon, which is going to give him more energy as well, it's going to be really good for the general slot, and also the consistency for it, because Jesus, how hard that is. Like, I'm not a Stygian Onslaught enjoyer, as you could tell. I have been complaining about it to my friends, and I have been complaining about it before on the channel as well. I do believe I complained about it in my State of Genshin Impact video, and I do believe I have complained about it in my version update reaction stream as well. But yeah, I'm not a Stygian Onslaught enjoyer. I am quite indifferent towards what's the other thing? Not Stygian Onslaught. What is it? Imaginarium Theater. Um, a Spiral Abyss, as I said it before, and I will be saying it again. It's not worth, like, the amount of work and min-maxing that you have to do if you are not a well-invested account or casual. It's not worth the amount of like rewards you get from it. But yeah, that is just my opinion overall. And yeah, I do believe that's everything that I wanted to do for today. And honestly, when we started damage testing around the 30-minute mark, I thought I will not be making it to the 1 hour mark today. But we hit it. So yay, 1 hour stream. Um but yeah, that was it for today. That was me. We did what we set out to do and got FLINS' signature weapon and Aino, which I have talked about for the past hour. And in the past like 5 minutes, I have said it like 3 times already. But yeah, that's what happened. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's stream, well, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a pleasant time. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. And if you want to stay updated with the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps out a lot. But yeah, that's it for now. I am going to thank you again for watching. And with that, Avery out. Bye bye.